Hi, thanks so much for joining me today. So today I have with me the Chanel Holiday Eyeshadow Quad, and there is already, I already have a couple Chanel videos up that kind of went through this when I first got the palette and the other items from the holiday collection. But I have had a lot of interest in other eye looks and things with this quad. This quad is definitely one of my favorite items from the holiday collection. As a matter of fact, this is, in my opinion, one of the best Chanel quads out there. So I highly recommend this one. And I think it's very versatile for a wide variety of skin tones. And the quality and blendability of these are great. So, you know, I have tried amping up some of the colors with Inglot Duraline. I haven't tried any other mixing mediums or even just plain water. But I did try using this and it didn't really work out so well with this. So just a note, these are going to be more of a softer, more blendable eyeshadow. So you can see how well they blend, and just they're all going to have a little bit of a shimmer to them, a little sheen, but it's nothing sparkly or over the top. So again, I think this is very versatile. And I'm just going to go through a few eye looks, and then that's it for this video. So please feel free to skip around to different looks if you are not interested in all of them. And again, any questions or comments or anything, please leave them below. And just a note, but I do have a little bit of a cold, so please excuse my voice. It's, you know, fading in and out a little bit. So thank you so much for joining me, and see you next time. Okay, so let's get started with the Chanel quad. This is Lumiere Opulence. So number 342, this is the Chanel Holiday Quad. And we are gonna go in, and first I'm just gonna go all over my lid with the light wash of the champagne color, which is up here, number 2. Okay, and just gonna go in with my Builder 2 brush from Sonia G, so it's like a flat shader, and just cover my lid. Okay, so I'm just taking the excess that's on that brush and just sweeping through my crease. And you can see that just gives a really nice light wash. And this would be great for an easy one and done light eye look. I really like that a lot. But today I want to go in actually with 2 more of the colors. I'm going to use the gold and this more burgundy brown color. So first let's go in with the burgundy brown, and I'm going to go in, this is the Sonia G Pencil 2 brush, and I just want something with kind of like a tapered end, and I'm just going to dab the tip into the container, just get a little bit on the tip here, and do the outer V's. Just going to sweep the excess along that crease, focusing on the outer edge. So I'm just adding a little bit of dimension for a light look. Okay, so I think that alone, you know, gives a nice light look, but we can layer it even more. And I think this time I'm gonna go in with, actually let's make that a little deeper. So alright, so just deepen that up a tiny bit. And I'm gonna go in with some of the gold color, and this is the Crease 1 brush from Givenchy, and I'm actually going to do the inner portion of my eye. So this is the gold down here, and this isn't a straight gold. There's a little bit of olive in here. Bringing this to the top of my crease here, kind of meeting that, the other one. And this is just a nice light look with a little bit of dimension at the outer corners. So I think this is really work appropriate. And in the center here right now, I just have that champagne color, and I want to just accent that. So I'm going to go in with my original Builder 2 brush and just kind of tap over that again. Okay, so I just wanted to tap a little bit there and kind of accentuate the center shine. Okay, so there we go. Now just need liner, and for liner, I think, it'd be great if you want to have a little bit more depth to your eyeliner. I would use a pencil, but I think for me, I'm just going to go in with, I'm going to use this Givenchy, this is a Builder 1, but I'm actually going to use it as a smudger, and I'm going to go back into that burgundy shade and just go along my lash line. So I'm just kind of getting it as close to the lashes as possible, but I'm not really worried about keeping it a, super tight line. And then I'm using the excess below because I don't want it to be too dark down here. Yeah, so just a light line underneath. And I'll do the same on the other. Okay, so just a little bit of a liner there. I'm just gonna wipe the residue off of that brush and go back into the champagne color and just do the inner corner here. And just run a little bit along the lower lash line from the inner corner to about halfway, so it kind of blends a little bit with the burgundy. All right, so that just gives my eye a little lift. I've got a little bit of a cold, so I haven't been sleeping super well, and having something bright in my inner corner really makes a huge difference. All right, so now just time for mascara. I think this is a great everyday look that you can wear. You can amp it up if you want to deepen the corners even more, get a little bit more dramatic. If you want to deepen your V, I think adding in some more of the golden color actually in the crease and then darkening the V would make a really nice nighttime version. Okay, so this is just one of the looks that I've been enjoying with the Chanel Quad. Okay, and we'll be back with some more. Thank you. So for this look, I'm gonna go a little bit darker, and I'm actually gonna be using the two darker shades. I'm actually gonna start off with this dark green, and I'm gonna put that more in the crease area and the outer V. So we'll start with the V. I'm just gonna kind of bring what's left into the crease here. I want to get that a little bit deeper. So I'm going to just darken everything there. So with that brush, I use the Sonia G Crease Pro. I'm going to save this because at the end, I'm going to go back in and deepen that up after I apply some more color. So now I'm going to go in and I'm going to use the Wayne Goss number 6. So again, this is, you know, more of a flat shader type brush, but you can see that this one here has much longer bristles and it's going to be a little floppier, so you're going to get a looser, lighter application. And I'm going to go into the burgundy, and I'm basically going to put this over the majority of my lid. So I'm kind of skipping the very, very inner portion. So you can see it's definitely more of a brown with a touch of burgundy to it. And it pairs very nicely with the green. Right. And there's not enough red in it for me to feel like I'm wearing red eyeshadow. It's really just a touch. It's more brown than anything. Okay. All right. So now I just have those inner portions left out, and I'm actually going to go in with, let's see here. I'm going to use this Sonia G Builder 1 brush, and I'm going into the gold color. And I'm going to put that in here, and you can see that this is more of a smudger type brush. So I'm kind of tapping it on here and going a little bit over the edges of the burgundy. So this gives you kind of like a gradient look with the green and the brownish red and the gold. Okay, and again, these shadows blend really well, and they are a softer look. So just doing something like that, you know, it's not really stark. You don't have a ton of blending to do. I'm just going to go in back with the brownish red and add a little bit more. This eye looks not quite the same. Okay, so that's good for the actual lid color, but I do want to go back in and deepen up the green on the outer base. Okay, so that's good there. And then for lining, this is a little bit more, I think you know, the look is a little bit darker, a little bit more nighttime than the previous look. So for this one, I definitely want to use liner. And I'm actually going to go in with a black eyeliner this time. And I have the Chantecaille Luster Glide Silk Infused Eyeliner in Raven, which is just they're black, and you know, you can use any black eyeliner here. Okay, so on my lower lashes, I just went just past the halfway point with the liner. And now I'm going to go in with the smudger brush. Well, this was a Sonia G Builder 1 that I used with the gold. And I'm actually going to go back into that gold color, tap a little bit more on the inner corner. And I'm using the tip in the shadow to bring that down here. And I'm just kind of smudging out the black and mixing it a little bit with the gold shadow. Do that on both eyes. All right, So that has softened it a little bit. Just wiping off the excess of the brush. And I'm going into the green. Again, just a tip. And I'm going to go over the lower lash line with that. Okay, and I'm actually going to smudge this out a little bit. I'm going to go in with the green on the top lash line too and just go over the liner. Just kind of add a little green emphasis to it. Okay, so you can see that this look is definitely an amped up version. I still have mascara to do, but overall I think this is a great nighttime look. It shows you how versatile this palette is. All right, and I will be back. Thank you. Okay, so for this look, we're going to focus more on the green and the brownish burgundy color. And I'm going to start by going in with the champagne and putting that in my crease and kind of going up a little bit on my brow bone. And this is the Sonia G Blender Pro. Okay. So next I'm going to go in with, I'm going to take the Sonia G Builder 3 and I'm going in with the brown, the burgundy brown, and I'm going to put that over the majority of my lid. So I'm just leaving the very inner corner and I'm rubbing a little bit of that in the crease. Okay, so we'll go in with the Blender Pro brush again at the end and kind of smooth out all those edges in the crease. But now I want to go in with the green color and I'm going to do that actually a little bit closer to the middle of my eye. So I'm using the Sonia G Worker Pro. It's going to go right here in the middle and I'm blending it towards the inner portion of my eye so that way more color is concentrated in the middle. And I am dabbing it on the inner portion. There. So I'm doing a tapping motion at first and then a kind of like a short sweep. Okay, so you can see that that's much more pigmented there. I'm just going to kind of use the same brush and just kind of blend the crease a little. Okay, so now I'm just going to go in with the champagne color and I am going to use, let's get a new brush for this. I'm going to use the Builder Pro from Sonia G and I'm going to just dab this on the center. So I'm just patting it in the middle. Just to get a little bit of a shine there. And I'm going to go back in with that Worker Pro that I used before and just kind of blend those edges. Okay, so back to the Builder Pro with the champagne. I'm just going to dab a tiny bit in the corner of my eyes for a little brightening. Okay, and I'm going to add just a little bit to the very tip of this brush. You can see that it's a little pointy there. I'm just going to drag that down here. Okay, and then I'm gonna finish this off with some eyeliner and mascara, and that will be it for this look. Now, if I want to deepen this up a little bit, if you have the Ombre Premier shadows, those are a good way to add those in as well. So I have the Ombre Premier in the gold, which is called Grandeur, and then the Ombre Premier in purple brown, purple brown. Okay, and I think I will just add a little bit. I'm gonna go in with the Worker Pro brush. I'm gonna wipe off the excess on my brush, and I'm just gonna add a little bit to the V's. Just add a little bit more dimension. There we go. So I'm just putting a little bit of powder on the brush. Oh yeah, that definitely adds a little bit more dimension there. I like that. Okay, so I'm actually going to go a little light on the liner, and I'm going to add the khaki liner today. So not quite so dark as the black. Alright, I'm going to add that to the upper lash lines, and then I think I'm going to actually just take the smudger brush with the purple brown and kind of go over that. I like layering shadows over the eyeliners because it softens the look a little bit and just adds a little dimension to the color. So I'm purposely doing little tiny strokes that aren't necessarily making a perfect line to keep this a little bit of a smudged look. I'm just going to go in with the purple brown, and I am taking the Givenchy Builder 1 brush, which has a smudger type shape. And I'm just going to add some to the tip and just trace that a little bit. Alright, so just to soften that a little bit further, I'm going to go back in with the champagne. I'm using the Pencil Pro from Givenchy, and I'm just going to, again, just add a little bit more there to kind of blend in the color that I just put down. So just a tiny bit on my tip, and just blending those colors together at the edges. There we go. Alright, now mascara and lipstick, and I am all done. So I'll be right back with the final look. Thanks. Okay, so I'm back with the final look here. So eyes are done. I did my brows and mascara, and I added lipstick. I used the Chanel lipstick in Rouge Delicieux. That is one of the lighter colors from the holiday collection. And I really love the texture of these. They're really smooth and creamy, and they're easy to work with, and they do stay on fairly well. And I think they are a great complement to the eyeshadow. So thanks so much for joining me. Okay, so for this last look, I'm actually going to focus more on the green color from the quad. And then I'm actually going to go over the green with the gold and the champagne. So that way I still have more of the emphasis of the green with a touch of these other colors. And since they're lighter, I'd rather put them on top so I get a little bit more of a look from them than if I put them on the bottom and layered the green over top. Okay, so I'm going to go in and lay down the green shadow all over my lid. And I'm going to use more of a flat shader. This is the Givenchy Worker 1. So you can see that, it's pretty much a flat brush with longish bristles. So this way, it's going to apply it down rather quickly and all over. Okay, so I just got a little bit on my brush. Okay, I'm gonna make that just a little bit darker. I'm just rubbing the excess from that brush in the crease, but really just smoothing out the edges. I'm not really adding more color there. All right, so I've got the green all over. And now what I'm actually going to do is go in with the gold color in the outer V. And I'm going to use the Sonia G Worker 3 brush, which is a little bit more of a, it's a little bit rounder than the Worker 1, and the bristles are a little bit shorter, but yeah, there's a pointed tip, which is what I'm going to use. So I'm just getting a little powder on the pointed tip. Let's get a little more than that. Okay. So basically, I've got an olive green eye look, but I'm adding just a little bit more dimension or shimmer by adding the gold to the outer V. So it's just giving a little bit of an illusion there. All right, and then I'm gonna go in with, let's see, this is Sonia G Crease 2, and I'm gonna go in with the champagne on the inner third of my eye. So I'm going to dab a little bit in the corner and just kind of tap that on there. So it's just adding a little bit of shimmer. And again, this is just going to give it a little bit more dimension on the inside and the outside so that green really pops. Yeah, you can see the green all the way through. So it still looks like an olive green eye look. But there's just something a little different about it. So I think adding the champagne on top of the green just gives it a little bit more of an enhanced shimmer. And it's not really a duochrome, but you know, there is a little bit of a color shift when you turn. You know, you can kind of see a little bit more champagne, and at times you can see a little bit more green. And when I put the green on top of the champagne, you know, it pretty much overwhelms that color. So I feel like this is a really great way to spruce that up. So now this brush is basically nothing on it, but I'm going to wipe off any excess. And I'm just going to use, this is the one I use for the gold, the Worker 3. And I'm just going to go into that crease and kind of blend out any edges that are there. All right. Excuse me, I do have a cold, so sorry if my voice is off or, you know. This is the Sonia G Smudger 1, so it's just a typical smudger brush. And I'm going to go in, I'm going to start with a little bit of the brown color, and I'm going to put that on the upper lid. And just a tiny bit on the lower lash line. I'm wiping the excess off of that brush. And again, I'm going to go in with this champagne there and add that to the inner portion. So I know not everybody likes to smudge a little bit of a shimmery light shade under their eye, but for me, I really like to kind of blend the inner corner shadow with a little bit of the liner because I feel like it makes my eyes look a little bit bigger than just doing the inner corner, and it blends the colors pretty seamlessly. So It's a personal preference. So this could be it for liner for, you know, a more casual look. But if you wanted to amp it up, go ahead and add an eyeliner. You could use a khaki or a, you know, a black would be nice. I'm going to add the khaki on top of this just to get a different look. So I'm just going to add it to the upper lash lines. So that's just going to accentuate the line a little bit more. And then I'll add mascara and I'll be right back with the final look. Thank you. Okay, so I am back. This is the final eye look. And I just wanted to say thank you so much for joining me with all of these different ways to use the Chanel quad. And again, any of these colors are good as a one and done. For me, the gold color is a little bit too warm, but on warmer complexions, it would be really nice. I really like the other three though as one and done colors. Obviously the green and the burgundy brown color is going to be a little bit more of a deeper look. And I do like to add a little bit dimension with both of those colors by adding a little bit of at least the champagne color on top towards the inner corner. But, you know, again, that's personal preference. So these are just some of the ways that I've been enjoying this quad. This is definitely one of my most used holiday items. So I'll be putting out a video in a week or so, probably about the holiday items that I like the most. So please stay tuned for that. And, you know, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Any questions, comments, or suggestions, please leave them in the comment box below. And if you haven't subscribed and you're interested, please do so. And I hope to see you again in my next video. Thanks so much. Bye. Have a great day.